I think it could be race over by the end of lap 1. 4 red lights. Indeed, Marco Ardigo up the inside. Anthony Abbas, as we predicted, rockets into the lead going into turn 1. The track still soaking wet despite the fact the rain has stopped. There's Abbas leading from Ardigo, and Jordan Lennox Lamb muscles his way up the inside of the Italian. Ardigo will not be happy with that. It is a 20-lap race. This is only 5 corners into it. Look at the gap already. Anthony Abbas. Wow! He's done half a lap in the most competitive field in world karting. And look, he's already put 3 or 4 kart lengths on Jordan Lennox Lamb. But the style in which he's done it is what's noteworthy. He's super, super aggressive and he's fast. That's Luca Corberi, number 7 in the Tony Kart. Behind his teammate Marco Ardigo, Jordan Lennox Lamb in the Birrell Art, just trying to hold them up. There's your race leader, Anthony Abbas. They'll come across the line for the first time. A standing lap time of 1 minute 5 of Ardi, as Ardigo ducks down the inside, takes the Brit. Jordan Lennox Lamb has to concede the place. Now Luca Corberi is behind him. David Foray is now up into 5th place. Fantastic start from 10th on the grid. That's him in the black CRG kart. Flavio Camponeschi in 10th spot behind Rick Driesen. There's Foray coming onto the back straight now. He's got this super young Dutch talent, Marijn Kremers, behind him in 6th. There's Foray behind Luca Corberi. Anthony Abbas, look how, I'll say erratic, but it's not erratic as in he's got no control. He knows exactly what he's doing. Over the ripple strip, Ardigo is actually closing in a little bit now. He's got a sensational style, does the Frenchman. Ardigo has closed the gap noticeably though. Abbas knew that he wouldn't have the race his own way. He probably figured if anyone's going to challenge him, it's going to be the reigning world champion, as Luca Corberi goes up the inside of Jordan Lennox Lamb. Is now Tony Kart 2nd and 3rd. The Birrell Art is back and forth, but it's the Saudi Kart who's leading. No surprise there. Marco Ardigo with the fastest lap of the race. Anthony Abbas settles down a little bit. Ardigo qualified woefully. He said there was nothing wrong with the kart, he just wasn't quick enough. Well, hey, he's quick enough now. He's in 2nd spot, fastest lap of the race. That's his teammate Luca Corberi. Jordan Lennox Lamb sideways under braking into the TKART sweeper, down into the hotel hairpin. David Foray now getting to the back of Jordan Lennox Lamb. That's Anthony Abbas over the ripple strip. It's not the cleanest style, but it's fantastic to watch, and it's very, very fast. Anthony Abbas wheel spins out of the corner in that Saudi kart powered by the TM. Every driver here this weekend on the Vega tyre, of course. Across the line for the 3rd time goes the Frenchman. He leads the Italian. Flicks it in sideways, drops it back a gear, uses the engine braking to slow it up a little bit. Ardigo closes in noticeably under brakes, but Abbas gets the power down, uses every bit of the ripple strip. Turns right onto the back straight now. This is where he gets the power down. Ardigo, though, is in his slipstream. Flicks it sideways, engine braking at the back straight. Down into the hotel hairpin. Coming up the lakeside straight. The lake is just on their left. Sparks flying up that Tony Kart chassis of Marco Ardigo. The reigning world champion. He will attempt to defend that title in the start of September at Le Mans in France. Anthony Abbas, though, he says, hey, that race is on my home turf. I'm a Frenchman in a French kart. The world championships will be on a French track. And he's got to be one of the favourites for that race. You saw, unfortunately, the Parks kart of Alexander Schmitz, the number 48 KSM Racing Tony Kart at the top of your screen a few moments ago. Bad luck for the young German. 24 years of age from Dusseldorf in Germany. His 4th year of top-level international KZ competition. He set the fastest lap of the pre-final. He was absolutely brilliant. But unfortunately, he's parked and he's out of this pre-final. Corberi still in third spot as Ardigo gets very close to the back of Abbas. The Frenchman gets the power down. Look at Ardigo, who's all over the back of him. Anthony Abbas is not intimidated at all. Corberi in third, still from Jordan Lennox. Lamb 4A holds down fifth. Fantastic start by the Dutchman. Bas Lemmers, who's made up 8 spots, he sits in 6th place. Abbas definitely does not have the cleanest, smoothest style, but it's sensational to watch, and it is fast. He's just awesome to watch, particularly in conditions like this, when the karts move around so much more than they do in the dry. This is the 6th lap up the back straight. In the dry, they're touching 144 kilometres an hour. Not quite that quick in the wet, but still very, very quick. Ardigo takes the high line. I think he's got the speed now. I think he's now quicker than Abbas. But he's going to have to find a way past, and that's not an easy thing. He takes the high line. Abbas loses a little bit of momentum as he splashes through the puddle there, over the ripple strip, hooks the inside left. Good acceleration that time out from the KART pilot. Lemmers in 6th spot. He leads his countryman Marijn Kremers. Behind them it's Flavio Camponeschi and Rick Driesen in the Ricardo kart in 9th spot. Didn't have the best start to the Belgian. Remember, this is only his 4th day driving the Ricardo kart. He is quite happy with it. Imagine when he's done some testing. Paolo Di Conto outside the top 10 in 11th. The gap opens up a little bit as Ardigo loses a little bit of momentum, closes in under brakes. He's really, really good under brakes, in fact. But Anthony Abbas, are we going to see a new winner in 2015? Marco Ardigo dominated the first round at Adria Karting Raceway 3 weeks ago. Anthony Abbas, the Frenchman, in the French-made KART. 7 laps down, Ardigo closes up again. That's the kart of Alexander Smits, the top right of your screen. Unfortunately, he's out. Luca Corberi, that's Jordan Lennox Lamb, back ahead of David Foray. Foray to the very back of the Brit. How he didn't touch him, I do not know. Foray is in 5th spot. He's made up 5 places from his grid 10 starting position. Flavio Camponeschi, he started grid 12, he's now up into 7th. Ardigo goes a little bit wide, tries to get grip out wide. Once again, closes in under brakes. Sideways, front right in the air under acceleration. Anthony Abbas, well, he's just sideways everywhere, but he's still fast. Powered by the TM. Ardigo with the Vortex engine, of course. Took him to the World Championship at Sarno last September. Sparks flying off the back of the KART. Sensational scenes here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. You see the kart of Abbas twitch sideways as he uses engine braking to slow it down. There's Jordan Lennox Lamb still ahead of David Foray. It looks as though Flavio Camponeschi has got the better of Bas Lemmers. Flavio now up into 6th place. Marijn Kremers in 8th as the rain returns here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. Halfway through the final, this KZ2 category. Abbas is sideways even in a straight line. Ardigo has a bit of a look there. Abbas knows he's there because he can hear him. Takes a tight line. Ardigo did drop off a few moments ago, but he's right back on the tail of the Frenchman. To the left of your screen, that's the battle for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Ardigo up the inside, he's gone through and taken the lead. Half race distance, Abbas responds side by side into turn 1. Just sensational. The Frenchman versus the Italian. The KART versus the KART. Abbas responded straight away. Ardigo made his move. Well, at least he's let Anthony know he's there. He means business. As if he didn't know that though. Marco Ardigo struggled in qualifying. He's got a run on him up the back straight on the inside. Abbas shuts the door. They're going to be side by side. Ardigo is better under brakes. Abbas with a look over the shoulder. There's no one behind you, Anthony. There's just a green Tony Kart in front of you. Marco Ardigo, one of the best racing drivers in the world in any category at all, has now retaken the lead. He qualified in 12th. He did recover throughout the heats to be in 4th and 5th. Started this final in 3rd. Let's have a look at the replay. He got the slipstream. He got the run. Abbas tried to turn in. He tried to hold him out. They did not touch. Super clean racing from two of the best kart racers in the world. Marco Ardigo. There's Abbas having a look over the shoulder. And look at the gap that Ardigo's opened up already. It's out to 0.9 of a second at half race distance. Ardigo did win the first round of the series at Adria, but that was on a dry track. Very different conditions here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. Down through the gearbox. Very smooth under brakes. Abbas, by contrast, just throws it in sideways and gets it stopped any way he can. Can the Frenchman respond with 10 laps remaining? Fastest lap of the race goes to this man on screen, Marco Ardigo, 1 minute 2.7. So about 16 seconds a lap of their dry weather qualifying times. Twitches sideways under brakes. Can Abbas respond? The gap is out to 2.3 seconds in 2 laps. Luca Corberi, 3rd spot. Then it's Jordan Lennox Lamb, David Foray, Flavio Camponeschi on screen. He's trying to defend from the Dutchman Bas Lemmers in the Formula K kart. Number 12, the former World Cup winner in this very category. A look over the shoulder from Marco Ardigo. Where is Anthony Abbas? Marco, he's 2.3 seconds behind you now. There he is. The number 44, the Sodi kart. The chassis that won the World Championship with David Perrien at Laval way back in 1993. That's how long it's been since Sodi kart has stood on the top step of the World Championship podium. They've won countless national and international races since, but the World Championships on their home circuit of Le Mans in France in September is the one they're aiming for. Marco Ardigo, he's been there and done that. He won it at Sarno in September of last year. Luca Corberi, solid in 3rd spot. Jordan Lennox Lamb for Birol Art. Flavio Camponeschi behind him. Now up into 5th ahead of Bas Lammers. Foray in 7th. Ahead of the young Dutchman Marijn Kremers. The yellow flag's out, as you can see. Arno Kozlinski, by contrast, is way down in 16th spot. He's one ahead of Lorenzo Complesse. Mirko Torsalini in the Riccardo kart is a retirement, as is Paolo Di Conto. Have a look at Anthony Abbas, just sensational to watch. The most electrifying driving style out there on the circuit. The smoothest, though, is this man, and it's the quickest too. He set the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 2.7. 0.2 of a second quicker than every other driver on the track. It's only Marco and Anthony Abbas that are in the 1 minute 2 second bracket. Every other driver 1 minute 3 and beyond. There's Rick Driesen in the Riccardo kart. Really smooth style from Marco. What a recovery for the Tony Kart racing team. To say he was despondent on Friday after qualifying is an understatement. He had no excuse. He just said we weren't quick enough. He was like 12th or 13th in qualifying. The kart looked good when the stopwatch came out. It wasn't happening for Marco, but it is when it counts. Well, we saw Carol Bash take a win at both Adria and here at Castelletto. Will we see Marco do the same as Luca Tilovka gets out the way in the Intrepid kart? He's getting lapped, but moves out the way of the leaders. It's actually pulling into pit lane as we speak. Abbas comes through. up over the ripple strip. There's not one that he's missed around this circuit all weekend. There's actually a few bumps on this circuit, particularly going into turn 1, which are disguised a little bit in this wet weather. But in the dry, it was very, very noticeable going through turn 1. The third blue ripple strip, the track drops away around about 1.5 centimetres. In the wet, they just roll through. That's Luca Gaberi in third spot. This is a move for fourth. It looks as though it might have been Flavio Camponeschi on Jordan Lennox Lamb. The Brit, no response. Three-quarter race distance for the hardest working team and driver in the world of kart racing, Marco Ardigo. They live at the racetrack just about. Super dedicated. First ones here in the morning, just about last ones to leave at night almost. Success does not come by accident. It's just constant development for the Tony Kart racing team. Marco Ardigo, the number 1 driver. Flavio Camponeschi, a great recovery from the other Tony Kart team driver. He is in 4th spot behind his teammate, the newest member of the TK racing team, Luca Corberi, who currently sits on the 3rd step of the podium. Jordan Lennox Lamb has dropped back to 5th spot. Bas Lammers from 14th is now up into 6th. Hasn't had the best weekend, but in the rain it's all counting for the Dutchman. Multinational and international champion is Bas Lammers, nephew of former Formula 1 driver Jan Lammers. Bas across the line. Here's Luca Corberi, possibly the tallest driver racing in the KZ class. There's Flavio Camponeschi, slams that gearbox down. 6th, 5th, 4th, accelerates back up again into 5th gear. 6th gear for this man though on the back straight. As we mentioned, they were touching 144 kilometres an hour in the dry. Surprising given that this is not the fastest circuit on the WSK calendar. Marco looks behind him. He has to look back 4.5 seconds to see the Frenchman Anthony Abbas. 3.5 laps to go. I can't see Marco making a mistake now, nor this man. Anthony Abbas takes the tight line, willing all the way back for Luca Corberi. He's 6 seconds further behind. Flavio Camponeschi's half a chance to hunt down his teammate though. It's not going to be a Tony Kart 1, 2, 3 because this man on screen, Anthony Abbas, is going to spoil that. There's Luca Corberi and there's Flavio Camponeschi. His Italian teammate is in his sights. Well, if it wasn't for the Frenchman Anthony Abbas in the Soddy kart, it would be a Tony Kart clean sweep. As it stands, they are 1st, 3rd and 4th. Only broken up by the Soddy kart of Abbas. The rain eases up, as you can see. Still soaking wet. Two and a half laps to go. Foray still sits in 6th spot. He's defending that from the brilliant young Dutchman, Marijn Kremers, 24 years younger than him. David Foray, 40 years of age. Marijn Kremers, 16. But with that 40 years comes a lot of experience and 5 world championships. You can have all the youth in the world, but you trade it any day to have the record that David Foray has. Driesen in 8th spot in the Ricardo kart, ahead of Bas Lammers, who's now dropped back to 9th. Fantastic drive to be in the top 10 now. Douglas Lundberg. Simon Puhaka started out of grid 20. He's now up into 11th. Ahead of Andreas Bachmann, Joret Pex, Patrick Hayek and Arno Kozlinski in 15th spot. You can see at the bottom right of your screen, Douglas Lindberg from Sweden in 10th spot. That's a great result for the Cosmic Pilot this year with the official Cosmic Racing team. A lap and a half to go for this man. Well, we were wrong. We thought Anthony Abbas would walk away with this race, and if it wasn't for Marco Artigol, he probably would, because Anthony Abbas has got a 7-second lead over third place Luca Corberti. But how do you stop this man? He starts his final tour right now, 1,256 metres to go, for the man who stood on the top of the podium more than anyone else in this KZ class over the past 12 months. He's on track to defend that World Championship he won at Sarno last September. On to the back straight for the final time. A look over the shoulder. Anthony Abbas is 6 seconds behind you, Marco. He's not going to catch you. Into the hotel hairpin. Gently down the gearbox for the final time. This one's under control. TKART, Vortex, Vega looking at their second consecutive victory. Two corners to go now for the reigning world champion. Through the left and right, the checkered flag comes out. The winner from Italy, Marco Artigol. He wins it. Anthony Abbas will cross the line in second spot. The gap was down to 4 seconds in the end.